Hi everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at 10 unsolved mysteries in Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, this could be the start to a brand new series where we take a look at unsolved mysteries in every single GTA game. I've had this idea for a while now. It was originally, hey, let's take a look at unsolved mysteries in all of GTA. But there's so many of them that I figured, hey, we could break this down into every single Grand Theft Auto game. Now, these mysteries include what happened to certain characters, holes in the plot line and the stories to each Grand Theft Auto game, and so much more. Now, I am not going to include myths and things like Ratman in videos like this. We're going to save that for myths of the Grand Theft Auto series that are unsolved. So if you enjoy the video, could you please do me a favor? Give it a thumbs up. A little love goes a long way. If we could get 1,500 likes on this video, we'll definitely turn this into a series. Thank y'all for the support, and let's go ahead and take a look at some unsolved mysteries in Grand Theft Auto 4. Number 10, Niko Bellic. Now, within Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar has created two of the best protagonists in all of video game history, Niko Bellic and Carl Johnson. Now, just focusing on Niko, well, a traitor within his military unit resulting in a massacre of his fellow troops and brothers is the main reason that Niko comes to Liberty City. He's looking for a very, very special someone. But upon arriving to Liberty City, Niko finds himself involved in a lot more than just his own personal revenge and motives. At the end of Grand Theft Auto 4, he finds and finishes Dmitry Raskolov, and, well, Niko's story seemingly wraps up. Even in both GTA 4's DLCs, The Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and Damned, we never really hear about what happens to Niko or his whereabouts after the fact. Packy briefly mentions Niko in Grand Theft Auto 5, and Lester Crest also speaks of an Eastern European man making moves in Liberty City that went quiet. And this is presumed to be Niko Bellic, but nothing is confirmed. However, we know that the real reason Niko is not in GTA 5 and that we really haven't heard anything else about Niko is simply due to the fact that Michael Hollick, Niko's voice actor, is on bad terms with Rockstar Games, so really, there's no chance of Niko coming back, and that's why Lester says Niko went quiet. But aside from the real-life logical explanation to this, in-game, there's really no explanation as to what happened to Niko and where he might be. Whether he's still fighting off criminals in the underworld of Liberty City, or he's living on a farm somewhere in a small-time town. Number 9, Phil Bell. Phil Bell is an associate of Jimmy Pegarino. Both Bell and Niko work for Jimmy on several occasions in Grand Theft Auto 4, forming somewhat of a relationship between the two. Jimmy Pegarino ends up playing a huge part of Niko's ending in Liberty City, regardless of the path that the player takes. He connects Niko with Dmitry, and things actually take a turn for the worse. Once both Pegarino and Raskolov, or Dmitry Raskolov, are dealt with, Phil Bell calls Niko to wish him a good life, and that he has chosen a life in a small town, retired from organized crime. We're never given a backstory on what happens to Bell or the remains of the Pegarino crime syndicate, making you wonder what happened to these guys, where are they at now, and did they truly retire from the crime underworld? Number 8, Florian Cravaack, or Bernie Crane. Once believed to be the traitor of Niko's unit and who Niko is coming to Liberty City to find, Florian, now going by the name of Bernie Crane, turns out to be, well, completely innocent. He even states it was believed Niko was the man who sold their unit out. After learning valuable information from Cravaack, Niko helps him in the daily challenges he faces in Liberty City, like taking out the haters. Who remembers that mission? And he is last seen at Roman and Mallory's wedding. What happened next to Florian is unknown, and once again, this is one of those characters that it makes you wonder, what happened to him? Number 7, the Dwayne and Playboy X situation. One of the more tragic situations, in my opinion, in Grand Theft Auto 4. So, similar to the Derek McCreary and Francis McCreary situation, which we're going to talk about in just a moment, Dwayne and Playboy X come to an eventual showdown. Two longtime partners, buddies, former associates in the drug game. Dwayne has been locked up and out of the game for quite some time. Playboy X doesn't believe Dwayne can adjust and could just become a liability to his empire that he has now built. Depending on the path the player takes, one of these characters will die, and it's very tragic and very satisfying depending on the option you choose. One is dead though. The relationship stops there. No word is heard from Dwayne or Playboy after the inevitable murder. Did Dwayne end up back in prison? Maybe Playboy made his way to Los Santos to lose the heat? We may never know. We can occasionally talk to one of these characters through email after this event, but other than that, they're never seen again. And, well, one of the other characters, regardless, is never seen again as he backstabs us. Number 6, the United Liberty Paper situation. When Niko picked the wrong one and became involved with Mallory's friend Michelle, well, she turns out to be an undercover agent and quite a nuisance to Niko's plans. She informs Niko she is working for the United Liberty Paper and that Niko has to meet with another employee of the company. The man's name is never revealed, yet multiple missions are carried out for him. Once his missions are complete, he is never really heard from again, and neither is United Liberty Paper. Until Grand Theft Auto 5, where the mysterious man known as the United Liberty Paper contact comes into play. We encounter him in one mission, and his fate is actually in our hands. But no matter what you choose, no information is still revealed about this guy and why he keeps popping up everywhere we go. Number 5, the mysterious fixer. This was always one of the more interesting characters that we don't know anything about in Grand Theft Auto. A payphone that can result in 9 assassination missions for Niko Bellic is about as mysterious as it can get. This is exactly the case for our protagonist, as Phil Bell introduces Niko to this mysterious payphone of death. These missions are completely optional, but do raise the question of who exactly is on the other side of this phone. Is it somebody we know? Undercover? And who is he connected to in Liberty City? Both of these questions remain unanswered or even brought up in GTA 5, making the fixer a true ghost in the Grand Theft Auto world. Number 4, Badman. Badman is the associate, best friend, and sidekick to Little Jacob, making him a valuable friend to Niko as well. When he's not smoking joint after joint and getting high off his ass, he's most likely selling stuff or fending off rival drug dealers. This leads him to mass paranoia, constantly believing there's someone after him and looking over his shoulder. Through all the paranoia and turf wars, though, Badman is on Niko's side from the start to the end at Roman's wedding, just to never be seen again. Even after Roman and Kate are killed at Roman's wedding, depending on the option that you choose, Badman goes AWOL. Being friends with Little Jacob and going missing is quite unusual for Badman, and his story seems to vanish there completely. Badman's one of those characters that plays such a minor role in the game, but he's so cool and funny that you almost get attached to him, and kind of quite sad when you wonder what happened to him. Number 3, the Derek and Francis situation. The McCreary family is one of the premier families in Grand Theft Auto 4, with Packy McCreary being a strong ally, Kate McCreary being a possible love interest. Niko is very intertwined with the McCrearys. This leads to a situation between 2 of the McCreary brothers, Derek and Francis. Derek is part of the crime family business, but has an escalating heroin addiction, while Francis is the only McCreary that joined the police. In a long-awaited clash of brothers, Niko is tasked with killing one or the other. Yet, after the job, regardless of the option chosen, neither is heard from again. Now, Packy mentions in Grand Theft Auto 5 that Derek died, but he doesn't say how. It could be from Niko's hand, but what if the player chose to kill Francis? What happened to Derek then? What is the real ending or option to this McCreary clash in Grand Theft Auto 4? If the player kills Derek, Francis is never heard from or mentioned again, and the same question is raised. Well, what happened to Francis? Number 2, what happened to Luis Lopez? In the DLC of Grand Theft Auto 4, the Liberty City universe was expanded on with the Ballad of Gay Tony. Tony Prince, or Gay Tony as he's called, owns a chain of nightclubs and finds himself in some very dangerous situations. To save him from these situations and to take care of basically everything else is Tony's bodyguard Luis. Luis turned out to be on the other side of the diamond deal against Niko and was even present during the Liberty City bank heist, just appearing everywhere. Playing through this story felt as fun as it was chaotic, but gamers never saw what happened to Luis. Johnny, obviously, we see what happens in Grand Theft Auto 5. Niko, well, we know he went quiet, but Luis, well, no word is ever mentioned on what happened to him. And number 1, Little Jacob. Little Jacob quickly became Niko's right-hand man and one of our true first friends that we make in Liberty City. First helping Niko make extra money and introducing him to other people that would give Niko work, all the way to accompanying Niko on revenge missions. In a game full of backstabbing and liars, Little Jacob was by Niko's side till the very end and was ready to ride or die at any moment. He even offers carloads of backup if you manage to answer all of his calls and receive the friend perk. Yet it's never revealed what happens next to Niko's faithful pal after the ending of Grand Theft Auto 4. Much like Batman, Little Jacob just disappeared, leaving us to wonder, is he just passed out high on a couch somewhere? Or did he escape town and start a new life? Anyways, those are 10 unsolved mysteries, holes in the plot line, and mysterious characters from Grand Theft Auto 4. If y'all enjoyed this video and want to see this turn into a series, well, let me know by giving the video a thumbs up. A little love goes a long way. Consider subscribing. I'm ZacCox. Thank you all so much for the support, and until next time, I hope to see ya in the next video.